Goodwill brings to you the weekly share market update dated the 21st of September, 2024. Talking about the corporate segment, we have shares of BSE zoomed over 17% on September 16 to hit an all-time high of 3,448 rupees on the National Stock Exchange, NSE, driven by high volumes. So far in the day, a total of 33 lakh shares of the company changed hands on BSE and NSE combined, compared to the monthly average trading volume of 8 lakh shares. BSE last month reported that its Q1 financial year 2025 net profit nearly quadrupled, excluding exceptional items. Asia's oldest stock exchange's April-June net profit came in at 265.05 rupees crore, up 264% from 72.6 rupees crore in the same quarter a year ago on a like-to-like basis. The exchange had posted a net profit of 107.04 rupees crore in the January-March quarter, according to a statement. The firm's revenue from operations rose over 180% year-on-year to 607.7 rupees crore in the quarter under review from 215.62 rupees crore in the year-ago period. In the January-March quarter, the company's revenue stood at 488.37 rupees crore. BSE had reported an exceptional gain of 406.62 rupees crore, 367.5 rupees crore net of tax, in Q1 financial year 2023-24 from profit on the divestment of a 5% stake in Central Depository Services, India. Shares of Lumax Auto Technologies rose nearly 10% after the automotive systems and component supplier announced a strategic agreement to acquire a majority stake in Green Fuel Energy Solutions Private Limited from its current shareholders. The stock has gained 20% in the past 6 months, outperforming the Nifty 50 which gained 15% during the same period. This acquisition marks Lumax Auto's entry into the rapidly growing segment of green and alternate fuels, including CNG and hydrogen applications. Green Fuel, known for its expertise in high-pressure fuel delivery and storage systems, as well as fire and smoke alarm systems for the automotive industry, supplies major OEMs such as Maruti Suzuki, Tata Motors, and Volvo Eicher commercial vehicles. Shares of DCX Systems surged 5%, hitting the upper circuit of 345 rupees on September 17, after its subsidiary secured an industrial license from the Cochin Special Economic Zone to manufacture and test microwave submodules, along with avionics and defense electronic equipment. The newly acquired license permits DCX Systems' wholly owned subsidiary to manufacture items classified under Category A, according to the Ministry of Defense Security Manual. These products are considered highly classified and sensitive, representing the highest level of security in defense manufacturing. The granted license is valid for 15 years. Last month, DCX secured a 187 rupees crore order from an overseas customer for the supply of electronic kits. The order is said to be executed within 12 months. In early August, the company secured an order worth 107 rupees crore from domestic and overseas customers for the supply of electronic kits, cables, and wire harness assemblies. The order is expected to be executed within 12 months. Panacea Biotech share price was locked in upper circuit in Tuesday's trading session after the company announced that it has entered into a settlement agreement with Sanofi Healthcare India over patent dispute. The stock touched its 52-week high of 349.79 rupees per share on the NSE, up 5% to hit the highest permissible trading limit on Tuesday. In fact, the stock has been gaining for the last 8 days on the NSE and has risen 46.51% in the period. Panacea Biotech and Sanofi Healthcare India have entered into the settlement agreement on dispute over a patent infringement for hexavalent vaccine. The company, in an exchange filing, said the parties have reached a settlement agreement, and pursuant to the joint application filed by the parties, the said suit has been disposed of by the Humble Delhi High Court on September 13, 2024, in terms of the settlement agreement entered between the parties. BSE share price advanced a fresh all-time high in Wednesday's trade to 3,794 rupees per share on the NSE, zooming 14.4% from its previous close amid rising buyer interest in the stock. BSE stock has gained nearly 30% in 3 sessions. BSE was leading the pack as the top gainer in the NSE 200 index today. A total of 98.29 lakh shares changed hands today of BSE, generating a total turnover of 3,617.97 rupees crore. The large cap company has a market cap of 51,591.93 rupees crore, as per NSE website. The sharp rise was witnessed as NSE fixed the record date for the bonus issue of shares, which it had approved earlier this year. In May this year, the board of NSE approved the issue of 4 bonus shares for every share held by shareholders as of the record date. NSE is currently not listed on the bourses. National Stock Exchange has officially sought approval for its initial public offering by filing for a no-objection certificate with the capital markets regulator, SEBI. BANKNIFTY share price rose 7% in the early trade on September 18 after the company announced a strategic corporate agency tie-up with Star Health and Allied Insurance. This partnership aims to provide easy access to comprehensive health insurance products through BANKNIFTY Kendra network across the country. A meeting of board of directors of the company will be held on September 24, 2024, to consider the proposal for raising of funds by way of rights issue, warrants, preferential issue including a qualified institution's placement or through any other permissible mode and/or combination thereof as may be considered appropriate, by way of issue of equity shares or any other eligible securities, subject to all such regulatory statutory approvals as may be required, including the approval of shareholders of the company. Shares of Sunteck Realty surged over 6% on September 19 to hit an intraday high of 620 rupees on NSE amid heavy volumes. So far in the day, 54 lakh shares of the company changed hands on BSE and NSE combined, compared to the 1-month average trading volume of 6 lakh shares. The surge in volumes comes after Sunteck Realty informed that its executives will meet with analysts and institutional investors in Edinburgh and London between September 23 to 25, organised by Motilal Oswal Financial Services. Additionally, the technical chart showed a triangle breakout pattern and wave 5 unfolding. The stock has rallied 31% so far this year, outperforming Nifty's returns of 16%. In the past 12 months, the counter has risen 35%. In comparison, Nifty rose 27% during this period. Garware Technical Fibers shares gained sharply on September 19, as heavy volumes and positive momentum raised the stock by around 13% in trade. So far in the day, a total of 1 lakh shares of the company changed hands on BSE and NSE combined, compared to the monthly average trading volume of 14,000 shares. The counter is trading near its 52-week high of 4,288.8 rupees, and above all its key moving averages. The stock has rallied 27% so far this year, outperforming Nifty's returns of 17%. In the past 12 months, the counter has zoomed 36%. In comparison, Nifty rose 26% during this period. Promoter holding in the counter has remained consistent at 53% across 8 quarters, while mutual funds and DIIs have been bumping up their stake in the small-cap textile player. Shares of Housing and Urban Development Corporation snapped a 5-day losing streak today, gaining as much as 10%. The stock had declined nearly 10% during that 5-day losing streak. Hudco stock surged on a heavy surge in volumes as over 3 crore shares of the company changed hands on BSE and NSE combined, compared to the 1-month average trading volume of 1 crore shares. The PSU recently declared its potential to extend loan assistance between 75,000 rupees crore and 1 rupee lakh crore under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban 2.0 PMAY U 2.0 scheme. The anticipated loan assistance under PMAY U 2.0 is based on the loan amount of more than 42,000 rupees crore disbursed by Hudco under the previous phase of PMAY. Earlier in August, the state-owned company received RBI's nod for certificate of registration as an infrastructure finance non-banking finance company. The IFC status allows higher exposure limits to the company for financing to various infrastructure sectors in addition to housing. Shares of Force Motors Limited surged 10% to 7,420 rupees on September 20, registering their largest gain in nearly 50 days, following a 4-day losing streak on the bourses. Trading volumes were robust, with over 71,000 shares changing hands, more than double the 1-week and 1-month average of 35,000 shares. Force Motors shares have been on a dismal run in the last 3 months, tanking almost 20%. Indian automaker Force Motors reported a 69% increase in quarterly profit on Tuesday, driven by rising demand, which also led to a 10% surge in its share price. The company's consolidated net profit for the April-June quarter climbed to 116 rupees crore, approximately $14 million, up from 68.56 rupees crore in the same period last year. BSE Limited has moved up by 37.28% this week, with a change of 1,082.25 points. It has traded with a net volume of 43.458 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 3,984.95 against the previous closing price of 2,902.70. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 2,975.42, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 4,050 points this week, while shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 78.61. Concord Biotech Limited has moved up by 25.09% this week, with a change of 521.80 points. It has traded with a net volume of 5.037 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 2,601.10 against the previous closing price of 2079.30. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 1919.81, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 2,664 points this week, while shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 85.79. Max Healthcare Institute Limited has moved up by 17.62% this week, with a change of 159.95 points. It has traded with a net volume of 18.025 million shares. The share is currently trading at the price level of 1,067.95 against the previous closing price of 908. Meanwhile, the share price is trading above its moving average 925.89, which is a good indication for the stock. The stock has made the highest move to 1090 points this week, while shares are trading with a relative strength index of around 70.40. Nifty is currently in positive trend. If you are holding long positions, then continue to hold with daily closing stop loss of 25,410. Fresh short position can be initiated if Nifty closes below 25,410 levels. Nifty support 25,529, 25,266 and 25,106. Nifty resistance 25,951, 26,112 and 26,374. Bank Nifty is currently in positive trend. If you are holding long positions, then continue to hold with daily closing stop loss of 52,976. Fresh short position can be initiated if Bank Nifty closes below 52,976 levels. Bank Nifty support 53,199, 52,604 and 52,170. Bank Nifty resistance 54,227, 54,661 and 55,256.
You can reach us via phone, WhatsApp, or email using the information listed on the screen. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more financial insights. And, as always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover in future videos, leave them in the comments section below. Until next time, happy investing.